I do? What can I do when I'm stuck inside you? This cell of ice and fire, what blood red death, lost in desire, smell of life.
What's up? What's up? What's up? That is a duck, not a turkey. Turkey Day. Turkey Day edition. Whole Damn Enchilada podcast. Rick Paulton, Ryan Inman, and we are live. This is not a pre-taped show like we were talking about doing. We are actually live.
Dude, the craziest thing happened to me today.
The craziest thing. Right?
Yeah, you know, I stay at my brother's place and all, you know, and I woke up and there was all this fucking food here, man. I was about to go get lunch, but there was just all this food already in the house. And I'm like, damn, pretty cool.
All right. That was a message from our guest that says sounds good. So I think he's gonna make it because we weren't sure if he was gonna make it, but it looks like he's gonna make it. Because he was saying he'd love to do it and he hopes he can do it. And if he can get away from his family for a minute, he'll be on. Zigzag in the house. Brother, how was your Thanksgiving? Ryan is still enjoying his Thanksgiving. He's got some caramel apple cheesecake?
Mm-hmm.
Going on? Look at that. That looks freaking great. Adam made a sweet potato pie, man. I ain't had one of those since I was a teenager. It's fantastic. Got some homemade turtles there. You got all four of the Ninja Turtles there. They got the Raphael, the Donatello.
Can't work this camera. There we go. and that honestly, that is why I grabbed 4 turtles, one for each of them.
Is that really what you were thinking?
Yes.
That's awesome. All right.
And now I'm thinking turtle cheesecake.
That's good. Did you guys make one of those too?
No.
Oh, because in the pre-show here, you were saying there was like 7 cheesecakes.
There are. And the turtles are on their own. Those stupid little, for our people out there, the little pretzel with the Rolo melted and a pecan on top.
Yeah, they made them themselves. It sounded really
delicious.
Too.
Delicious.
Right on.
So simple. So good. I normally don't eat on here, but today I think I can get away with it.
Yeah, you can get away with it. It's a food day. It's a food day. So
it's a holiday and we're not getting time and a half, so fuck it.
We're not getting time, dog. What are you talking about time and a half?
Well, about that.
This is a unpaid job, but about that, yes, about that. We have secured our first sponsor.
See how I set that up for you?
I see you working, brother. Let's see if I could. I didn't load up the logo. God damn it! But I'm gonna see if I can put it in real quick. But yeah, we have secured our first sponsor. How would I do this? Let's see. So I got all the stuff that I don't want in the way. I might just have to just go with this. Oh no, here I found my stuff. All right, let's see. This will. We'll go there and there, and then we hit open, and then they will download in this thing that I should have did before we started. But oh, look at that! It wouldn't even do it on purpose, but it doesn't block either one of us. Look at that! It just fits right in between us there. I think I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit until our guests come. CSR Collectibles. They sell awesome autograph horror collectibles, all JSA certified or PSA, DNA, all the SAs. They're all legit stuff. These are the guys I've been doing. When you see me do my my unboxing videos, this is where I get a lot of my stuff from.
You say all the essays, white people can order from there too?
They can. They absolutely can. But CSA Collectibles, I am going to figure out a way to get like a logo to mix in with our stuff, like so we can make it look professional. But that looks pretty legit right there, like that. Yeah. But I think when our guest comes in, it'll block him, so I'll have to drop it then. But yeah, but just go when you go to order from them, and the promo code is enchiladas, and if you put that, you get a discount. Do they actually certify stuff? No, they don't do the certifications, but they only get stuff that is certified. Like they have contracts with some of the greatest icons in horror, and one in particular that I'm counting down the days to get. My Holy Grail. They have signed my Holy Grail, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it. They didn't tell me about it. I heard about it from somebody else, but I know it to be a fact. Ellen Luter.
Yes.
They have secured Ellen Luter, who was the first person, not only the first female Jason, but the first adult Jason in any of the movies. The first time you see Jason as an adult in part 2 walking, that is her. That's Ellen Luter, who we have been trying for years to track down. And, well, they finally did it. They secured it for us.
And I swear you had something to do with that, even not like,
I'm sure.
At least secondhand.
Yeah, just bringing her up all the time and trying to find her all the time and just putting that demand out.
I did my best for like not like every waking second of the day. Passively over the course of months.
I got a lot of her. Like
I did. I found out a lot of information.
Still alive, still active, still working. And we figured out that she worked for Adam Sandler. She's been his costume guy, right?
Yes.
For a lot of years. Yes. So our next step was at that point was to track down some of the people that have worked on his movies and see if they can get an in for us. But then we found out about CSR Collectibles pretty much the next day.
I had an email for Dante.
Yeah, that's who I was going to go after. I don't remember. That's who I was.
Peter Dante. Peter Dante.
Peter Dante. Yeah.
I got an email for him. I'm pretty sure it's accurate, but I never got a response.
Right. So,
but that's the closest I came.
Ashley Marie says Ryan always eating something.
Hello, Ashley. How are you?
Not usually on here, actually. Actually, before and after, yes. But he figured since it's Turkey Day, we can get away with it today.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Turkey Day, today we are going to talk about ThanksKilling 2008. Excuse me. Was this the first time you've seen this gem of a film?
Absolutely.
Will it be the last time you see this gem of a film?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay. No. When I had the idea to throw this out there, I'm like, Ryan is going to kill me. Ryan's going to kill me when he watches this movie. He's going to be like, I don't know. So, did you enjoy this more than Terrifier? Because I know when I made you watch Terrifier, you were not happy.
I absolutely would watch this again before I'd watch Terrifier again.
Okay. I watched this last night again. I've seen it a bunch of times to get it fresher in my mind, though.
Why?
Oh, I love it. So, but Chris wanted me to come over. Our friend Chris, he had a couple guys over, and I was like, I can come over, but I got to watch this movie. So we're going to have to throw it on. And Tim, who you also know, would happen to be there. And he's like, what the fuck is this? This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Getting stupider by the minute. But he loved it. He laughed out loud the whole time.
Was he knocking back a few adult soda pops?
A couple IPAs in him, and he had he was partaking in the legal marijuana. We ain't got to hide that on here. It's all legal. In Ohio. In Ohio,
they call it Ohio for a reason anymore. So
yes.
No, I know Tim.
Why did I just think of that now? I never even thought about that. The whole high in Ohio thing. Oh my god, that's a marketing thing. Nobody's using that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, exactly. They fucked up. Cedar Point fucked up on one of those back in the day too, but I'll track back to that another time. Yeah, I know Tim. If he had a couple of spiked little soda pops, he'll watch anything. He don't care.
He was going off, but yeah, it was me, him, Bob G, and Chris. And Chris,
shit, I haven't seen Bob G in like 15 years.
Chris was sleeping, of course, within 5 minutes of the movie. You knew that already. You knew that already because it's a Tyson fight.
Yeah, last week.
The fuck out.
Yeah.
So yeah, as far as Thanksgiving horror films, man, this might be my favorite. I can think of 3. Not too many, but this is probably my favorite.
There's a couple. Now, real quick, just as a quick thing, what do you think of Eli Roth's movie from last year?
I did like it.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
It's not bad.
It's a decent slasher, and it has great kills.
Yes.
And
well, most things with Eli Roth, whether the movie is good or not, the kills are usually good.
Yeah. Well,
he's a gorehound.
Yep, like Damien Leone.
Yeah.
In the Terrifier films, etc. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I like this a lot better. Is it a better movie? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm not going to argue with you. I can't do that. I cannot sell you that this is an A movie.
No.
But it's fun as hell, man. It's just a great time. And I told our guest, from the movie that we'd be ideally to drop in about 7:15.
Yeah.
So that way we could set up the show, and then if he has time to come in, and since he responded to that text, I'm pretty sure he's going to make it in because he texts back sounds good.
I might not. 7:15. I might not be able to save many of this cheesecake then.
Right on. Let me have that open. Sorry. Oh yeah. Also, let me turn the sound off my phone so I don't make a giant.
One of my favorite Thanksgiving traditions is falling apart as we speak. One of my favorite things to do on Thanksgiving every year is to watch the Dallas Cowboys lose, but they're winning right now.
They win more often than they lose on Thanksgiving.
Not lately.
Not lately.
Not in the last 30 years. They ain't won nothing.
They ain't won nothing. They win on Thanksgiving.
Well,
I think their Thanksgiving record's pretty good.
Well, they're playing the Giants with a third-string quarterback right now.
Yeah, well, they're playing with their second or third string quarterback.
Second, yeah, Cooper Rush. He's been there, though. Drew Lock is new to New York.
But isn't he actually the third string quarterback? Wasn't the second string quarterback the guy they traded for out of San Francisco? Why isn't he playing?
Trey Lance is third string.
Oh, wow. So he sucks that bad that he couldn't even beat out Cooper Rush.
We'll never play another down.
Doesn't sound like it.
A terrible bust of a pick. And San Francisco was making some bomb picks, too. That was the one that just...
Oh, man.
Imagine if they would have spent that on another playmaker and still just drafted Purdy at the end.
Well, the Purdy pick came from something that they did from a trade and stuff. Something that wouldn't have happened had they not taken this guy. There's a whole thing you can look into and see.
But they still would have got Purdy, though, because he was the last pick of the draft. They would have
I guess they
been
could
a
have
seventh.
got away.
Yeah.
But that was like a compensatory pick from something that...
Right, but they could have used any old pick and still got Brock Purdy, or they could have even signed him as an undrafted free agent. He was the last pick in the draft.
Yeah, you're right.
So they still would have got him if they wanted him, no matter what. 31 other teams passed on him at least 7 times. By my math, that's over 200 and some times he got passed on. But I digress.
Yeah, we digress. We do that a lot here.
So, before we get into this movie, what was your first plate tonight?
Oh, I only had one. I don't eat that much anymore. I can't.
I had 4.
But we did. We what did we do? We had we smoked the turkey. We cooked the ham. There's no room in the oven, so I threw it on the smoker. But it wasn't cooking fast enough, so I turned the smoker up to like 450, which shouldn't be a problem. But Adam had not cleaned his smoker in a while. Next thing you know, I run out there to temp it, and the whole grill's on fire. I did rescue the ham, though. I was able to brave the flames, get in there, get it out of there. Meanwhile, my mind's working. I'm, somebody follow me out with a pail of water. Don't ask questions. Just do what I said. I got the thing out of there, got the water, put the fire out. Ham was charred on the top. We cut off that piece. We still had 8 pounds of good ham left. We so we did your traditional. I made the White Castle stuffing. That was I've been hearing about that forever. So I was like, Adam tasked me with making stuffing. He said, "You got a good stuffing recipe?" And I said, "No, but I've always wanted to do this." So we did that. We had the mashed potatoes, the gravy. We had the green bean casserole, cranberry sauce. You do the cranberry sauce?
They do it here. I don't fuck with it.
Either way, out of the can or otherwise, you don't fuck with either one.
Paul does it from scratch here, and I don't fuck with
Would
it.
you fuck with it out of the can?
No, it's not my thing.
Right on. Yeah, that's like the big question. Would you rather take all the time to remake it and do, or just out of the can? I think the can-shaped fucking cranberry sauce is just fine.
Well, instead of going for a little bit of everything, I this is my tradition every year.
Yeah.
My three favorite things comprise my first plate, and my top 3 favorite things. My top 3 here. Favorite Thanksgiving foods, minus desserts, because that's always number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3 is turkey. It's the breast. I only really eat the white meat. I like the turkey breast, and I actually like it a little dry. I do.
Weird.
I know. I like it a little. I like it a little overcooked. Dry. If it's moist, I know people hate that word. Whatever, it's a fucking cooking term. The way I'm using it. And I bake too, so it's coming. That's fine too. But that's number 3. My number 2 favorite Thanksgiving food is stuffing. I love stuffing in the bird or out of the bird. Doesn't matter. And then I do a big plate of that. And Paul's wife, Jess, she makes that. And hers is sensational. And my number one favorite thing, and she makes this too, is broccoli casserole.
Ooh.
Not green bean casserole, but broccoli casserole.
Is it similar?
Yeah, it's broccoli, cream cheese, a bunch of cheddar, garlic, herbs, all that stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'm with that. That sounds good.
Oh, it is phenomenal. I never had it until I started doing Thanksgiving with them several years ago. She does every year. My first plate is always an equal amount of those three things. My second plate, carbon copy of the first one. Those 3 things again.
Okay.
And my third plate was just some stuffing and broccoli casserole, and I mixed it together.
Ah, there we go.
And she used the fresh sage, thyme, all that in stuffing. So all that together, it's carbs and broccoli and cheese.
I had to use the fresh sage and thyme because all the other sage and thyme was sold the fuck out because I went at the last minute to get this stuff.
You want the
I
fresh?
inspected the bird the night before. I got it ready, threw it on the smoker. The dark meat got kind of dry actually, which was weird.
That is weird.
Usually the breast cooks quicker, or not cooks quicker. It takes longer to cook, or dries out quicker is what I meant to say.
The missed opportunity. I wish I had a board with like our sound bites.
Yeah,
because right when you did that, I would have played your favorite Robert Englund sound bite right there. So
what's that?
Dark
oh
meat.
my god! Oh my god! Whatever, dude. You're fucking stupid. Anywho, so we had, what else did we have? Do we have anything else? She made the yams with the marshmallow and stuff.
Yeah, they do that here too. Not my thing either.
I ate a little bit of it. It was okay.
I'm gonna tell you my bottom 3.
Deviled eggs. I didn't make any.
They did those too, and that is an NA for me because I don't eat eggs.
You're allergic to eggs.
So,
yeah, you're allergic to eggs.
So that's an that's an NA. I don't rank that, so I never had them. I'll give you my bottom 3 Thanksgiving things then.
Okay, might as well, right?
Yeah, green bean casserole. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Then anything to do with sweet potatoes, yams like that. Don't like it. And then this one is kind of a cop out, but I'm gonna throw it in there because I never considered this a Thanksgiving food, but they do it here. But I love it, but just not on Thanksgiving. Macaroni and cheese. It makes no fucking sense to me on Thanksgiving.
Oh, I think it's definitely a Thanksgiving food.
I think it's a Southern thing or African American thing because my friends from either of those backgrounds all have it. But me with Italian grandmother running Thanksgiving and a bunch of white folks never had that shit.
Yeah, mac and cheese really isn't an Italian thing at all.
No, it's not at all.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So yeah, I never had that on Thanksgiving until
macaroni to most Italians isn't even macaroni. It's just pasta in general.
Yeah.
It's just code for pasta. Right. And you put a little Sunday gravy on it, and it's not the gravy that we had today.
It's a much better gravy. I'm actually not a big fan of turkey gravy either. I eat my turkey straight up on the plate.
Yeah.
I don't pour gravy on it. Although it doesn't turn me off.
Yeah, so my mom always made the giblet gravy with the hearts and gizzards and all that stuff.
My grandmother did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I my mom grew up in the South, like very Southern. Very Southern.
That's where the mac and cheese comes from.
Yeah, so she did and the collard greens and all that. My mom does all that.
I was doing Instacart. I was doing Instacart yesterday, and a lady wanted 9 bunches of collard greens.
There you go. Yeah, she's probably cooking for a lot of people. They cook down, to nothing.
The store only had 5 though. I texted her. She still wanted the 5, not a refund. So.
And they do dressing, not stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dressing and not stuffing. That's one way you're gonna tell what kind of food you're gonna go to eat if they're making stuffing or if they're making dressing. Now, essentially, they're the same dish. But if they refer to it as dressing, you're going to also get the baked mac and cheese and the collard greens and whatnot like that.
Tomato. Dressing, stuffing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the cranberry again. Like I don't go for it. I don't have a problem with it. Like I'll eat it. Like I like cranberry juice, but I don't eat like. Oh my god, that's two.
Second one. I know. That's why I had to put it up there. Of course you're eating.
It's a holiday.
Everybody calling you a fat ass today, man. What's up with that?
I lost weight, man. I
know.
think I put a little bit back on though in the last month. It's dressy. It's the holidays. It's getting cold, man. I gotta put my winter coat on.
So, about this film we're going to talk about, it was real hard. I mean, I guess because it's such a small film, and you know, to find like cool facts about it. Usually I got like notes. I got like 3 pages of notes. I don't have that today.
Yeah.
The actors none of the actors did anything else except for the one that may or may not pop in. He's done a little bit of something else. But other than that, none of the actors really did anything else except for one particular actor that was in the film from the opening of the film. Wanda Lux.
Porn star.
Are you familiar with her work? Yes.
No, but I saw the name and just what her role was.
All right.
Porn star.
There's never been a porn star name, you know.
Yeah.
But Wanda Lust, out of all of her film credits, and there are many, she says this is the only film she regrets making.
What?
Swear to God. And I think that makes it even better. That makes it even better. Yeah. Taking it from 3 guys in every which way, we're good with that. But ThanksKilling, no.
It was the most pointless, gratuitous role.
Bill Finn says it's so stupid, but it's a yearly thing in my household. Absolutely.
Is this like another thing like mac and cheese? Like other people are doing this, watching this movie, and I never got around to it till now?
Well, here's the thing. For you, it's like this is like just not the movie you'd ever look for on your own. No. Absolutely.
Anybody that watches this show regularly and knows this movie knows this is way more your alley than mine.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you,
Criterion will not be releasing this anytime soon.
No, nor really any horror movies other than maybe like Psycho or Halloween. But I will say this up front: do I think this was a good movie? No. But was it?
I'm not trying to convince you it was.
But was it entertaining? Absolutely.
They hit the nail on the head. It was funny. They were making fun of themselves. They didn't take everything serious. They didn't take anything serious.
So let me put you right on the spot.
Go ahead.
In just terms of entertainment, is this or Secret Santa more entertaining?
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I don't think it is. I think
I know you don't like Secret Santa though, so it's not fair.
But I'm not talking about in terms of how good it is. Secret Santa was obviously better made.
Yes. Well, at least you admit that. I appreciate it.
I do. Oh, yeah. Production values on that were much better. The acting was much better. Much things were better. But this movie, to me, was definitely more entertaining.
I laughed a lot more in this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, just like I told you how Tim was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I explained this, because it's the holiday, everybody's home. I'm like, I have to watch this movie. We're going to talk about it, review it tonight. What's it about? It's called ThanksKilling. Oh, what is it? It's a Thanksgiving turkey that it has like a curse or something, and it's resurrected to kill a bunch of white people. And it says a bunch of John McClane Die Hard-esque one-liners when it does so. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. They're like, was it good? And they're like, was it? And they asked me, was it good? And I said, no, but I recommend you watch it.
Absolutely, dude. It's amazing. It is amazing.
See, and it's in the same realm, but different. Where In a Violent Nature was not a good movie, but I still recommend everyone watch it.
This was far more entertaining than In a Violent Nature. I'm sorry. For those of you who really like that movie, I know there is a few. I can see the points of why In a Violent Nature was a good movie. Not a good movie, but an important movie, like we've always said.
It's very important.
And it was hard to watch. This was not hard to watch.
Right? I think In a Violent Nature and we keep going back to this, but it wasn't good. It's not gonna even make my top 10 horror movies of the year, but I think it might have been the most important horror movie that was made this year.
Right.
I think so.
Our guest, Ryan Francis, Darren from this movie, has popped into the waiting room. So I'm going to bring him on. We're going to chat with him for a bit. And what is up, Ryan? I have this thing in your face. I will get that out of your face. And there you go.
There you go.
Hey,
How's it going, brother?
good, man. How are you guys? Happy ThanksKilling.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thanks for coming in on such short notice, man. I mean, I'm on Facebook, and I seen you were in like one of the groups I was in, the mystery box group that I just joined, and I'm like, hey, that's the guy from the movie we're doing. And I was like, well, I gotta try to reach out, you know. And I didn't think you'd be able to do it on a holiday, and I was like, well, if you can, awesome. If you can't, that's great too. We'll get you on a different time. But thanks for taking the time today, man. How was your holiday?
Yeah, it's good, man. So it's always chill. This is always it's weird because every year this is kind of like it gets a little busy. A lot of people throwing up the text, getting messages and stuff. And I started a Cameo last year, and I get some requests through that. So like it's just kind of a little fun thing. So I appreciate you having me on. It's cool that people are still watching this movie.
It's amazing. Like it's amazing. Like I said, you were in the movie. I'm not gonna sit here and try to tell you it's a good movie. I'm not gonna do that to you.
No.
I do like it. It's very enjoyable. It's funny. The special effects for $3,500 are freaking top notch. I mean, the what you guys were able to do with such a little bit of money is just very creative for sure to be able to.
I'd actually never seen this until today, but it's wild to me how many people, and we've already had people in the chat pop up. Oh, I watch this every year.
Yeah,
like so it's become like a thing. Like I guess I've missed out on it until now, and maybe I'll start watching it every year. It's only an hour.
Yeah, it's not super long. And that's been kind of the thing. Like the people who found it a long time ago. This has been kind of the tradition. The writer, director, producer, like these guys, they realize like, hey, there is no Thanksgiving B horror movie. There wasn't one, and so they did ThanksKilling, and this started a whole thing. I mean, look now. I mean, I think the Grindhouse movies, like Death Proof and those Eli Roth films came out around the same time ThanksKilling did. And there was a huge misconception with Eli Roth's Thanksgiving trailer, 15 years ago saying, oh, like ThanksKilling ripped off of this Eli Roth's trailer. And we had already shot it. This was already out before that was even launched. So that never actually happened, but it's wild because, Roth heard about this movie and he had to think to himself, dude, there's no saturation in this market. So I'm going to make this Thanksgiving movie. and he did. And it's really good. So it's cool finally seeing some other things, like Pilgrim is another one that comes to mind that came out recently. So it's cool seeing other Thanksgiving themed, horror movies kind of come out. I wouldn't even consider ThanksKilling a horror movie. It's just it's a comedy with a lot of gore and bad jokes.
And instead of a horror comedy, it's more of a comedy horror.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely.
Now we just need Rob Zombie to follow up on those werewolf women of the SS.
Right, that would be awesome.
I think that's the only trailer that's not been made, isn't it?
I think you're right.
Yeah, that was in that. But right on. So you grew up in Ohio, huh? I see.
Yeah. I grew up in a little town about an hour east of Columbus. That's where we shot ThanksKilling. The director, he went off to film school in Los Angeles, came back, and we were really good friends, and we just made this movie for a college project. Had no idea what take off, and when ThanksKilling came out, it was when Netflix, they were still sending DVDs, out to house, but their streaming service just launched, and everyone was kind of like, yeah, no one gave a shit about their streaming service. Yeah. But that's where ThanksKilling got put on the streaming service back when they were taking everything.
Right, because I was going to say, when I first got that, I got Netflix right around that time, and the movies that were on the streaming was just some nothing was, there was no mainstream stuff on there. Like you said, they were just taking whatever just to have content.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really what kicked things off. That was the beginning. That's kind of what brought about the whole cult following, was really that launch right there.
Right on. See, I listen to a lot of horror podcasts, and every year around Thanksgiving they review this one. And like first time I heard it, I want to say it was the Dolls of Horror that did it first, and I'm like, oh, I gotta listen to that. I gotta go watch that. And I immediately watched it. I died. I love it. I think it's just fantastic. And my kids love it. Everybody I've shown it to. Nobody's ever, like I said, nobody's gonna confuse it with an Academy Award winning film. But I've yet to meet somebody that didn't enjoy watching it.
You know, he showed it to me at the end of our show last week. He's like, let's do this next week. And we watched a trailer.
Really? Okay.
And yeah, we watched a trailer, and what got me at the end of the trailer was a fucking MySpace address.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how long it's been since this came out? That was still a thing?
That was a thing. Absolutely. Yeah. So did you grow up as a horror fan, Ryan?
Yeah, the director Jordan Downey and we had one of those, video rental places. It was like 5 movies, 5 days for $5, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
And so like on the weekends, we would hit up that place, hit the horror section and rent, like Dolls and Critters. And we would just go, we'd take them all home, order a pizza and just watch all these things while drinking Surge and Taco Bell and whatnot, right?
Surge, fellow man of culture.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my all-time favorite soda in the 90s, man.
Oh, it's the best, man. It's like Surge. Yeah, I miss it, man. I miss it. But
they brought it back like 7-8 years ago, and it was around for like a year or two, and then it was gone again.
Yep. I joined the Surge movement. I was one of the guys calling Coke every day. I called Coke every day and had the same conversation with representatives. So that was an interesting time frame.
Right on.
90s,
so
man. So you're probably right around same age range as us then. So
I'm 38.
Oh, you're a little younger. Okay.
Oh, you're younger than us.
Yeah,
I see a couple of the people in that film were like older than us. I figured you were like
Yeah,
we're 44, 45 respectively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also Ohio people.
Yeah. And we're also Ohio people. We're from Cleveland. Yeah. Well,
I grew up in Medina, and then we relocated to Columbus.
I'm not too far from there. I'm in Stowe at the moment.
Stowe, okay.
Right on. So, what was your favorite horror growing up? Like, what was your favorite horror film growing up? What were you really into at the time?
Oh man,
I know it's one of those cliche questions that could go anyway.
Well, it's a good question. So I was like, I was kind of raised like. I was raised in a super religious household, right? So, so like, I wasn't like the things that weren't really super scary to a lot of people were super scary to me. And my first exposure to horror was Are You Afraid of the Dark? That series on Nickelodeon that was all shot in Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like that and like Goosebumps. So not movies. The first horror movie that I actually ever watched was Cujo. With my dad. I watched Cujo and that scared the living shit out of me. But my dad, when I was a little older, when I was like 13, 14, parents got the divorce, parents get divorced. So then morals out the door. So like, no one it anymore.
And then everybody's battling for their child's love.
Right. So we kind of started going down the Stephen King timeline. So it was Carrie, all of those, just kind of all of those Stephen King films, and there isn't like, I think Nightmare on Elm Street, which again is a cliche answer. I think that probably was the scariest movie I saw when I was younger, and it's still probably. I think the whole concept of that movie is still probably the scariest idea.
I get nightmares about it still today. I love it. It's one of my favorites, but every once in a while, like if I get a nightmare, that's what it's going to be about. Like, yeah.
And what's crazy, we're at this age now where like you wake up at 3:30 in the morning and you got a Charlie horse and it's like, oh, like, was I attacked? Something hurts. Something is terribly wrong with me in the middle of the night, and it's not normal.
Yeah, and I seen that like when it first came out, 84. I was 5 years old. Yeah, and my kids have all watched horror movies since they were little kids, and nothing really scares him. Especially my son, he's like 10 years old, and he just loves all that stuff. We've been to Camp Crystal Lake together a couple times, and
Nice.
in Blairstown, and yeah, he's just really into it.
Greatest
Nothing
play.
scares him. He loves it. He loves it. Oh, Rob Dow says Nightmare on Elm Street sucked. Yeah, fuck you, Rob.
What?
Hey, I mean, hey, it's hard to be wrong sometimes, but sometimes you just got to take the L.
Well,
Yeah,
he's a big Jason Voorhees cosplayer, so I think he's in character.
That's fair. I mean, that
He's
is
probably
a pretty big battle, right? So
I think he's just in character right now.
and hey, we also can't forget that Freddy versus Jason, we know who the winner was in that film anyway. So there was a true winner in that movie.
There was.
We might not agree on that, though. I don't know. Are you more of a Freddy Krueger guy or a Jason guy? Because we're more of Jason guys. We're
What gave it away?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like them both, though. But no, Freddy was definitely much scarier. I've never been scared at a Friday the 13th movie.
No.
Yeah.
If any of them, the scariest one to me was probably the first one. But other than that, fourth one, I don't know. They were intense. They were fun. I don't think they were scary. The first time,
just because Ted White's so fucking brutal, you know.
Yeah. Have you ever done conventions, Ryan?
Yeah, I did. Like when the film first came out, I did a few. I've done quite a few, like around Ohio over the past 15 years, and I traveled a little bit.
Rob's from Michigan. He's not from too far. He said he might have met you at a convention.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't think I ever ended up going to Michigan.
He would have been to he's been to Ohio a bunch. That's what I'm
gotcha. Yeah, I've done a few here and there. The thing, I'm like my own representation and everything. I spent years sending so many emails to so many cons, like seeing if they needed a space filled or if they were looking for a guest. And the problem, the problem with selling an appearance of mine for ThanksKilling, it's rough because it's like no one's gonna go to a convention and go, dude, the fucking guy from ThanksKilling's there. This is great. Like, I want to go see him. I'm just kind of like the cherry on top. Like, people will come to my table and just go.
I might not come just strictly for that, but if you were there, I'd definitely go get a poster signed for sure.
I think
hanging on the wall back there.
This time of year would be your sweet spot to do conventions, like in November. And maybe
if any of you have some leads, I'm always into doing the convention stuff. I thoroughly enjoy them. They're really fun. I do nerdcore hip hop now.
You're gonna get
I've been doing that for a long time, and I played this festival as Riot Fest out in Chicago here recently, and that my focus right now is kind of that. ThanksKilling kind of had its time. It's hard to talk about like quite a bit because I've been talking about it for like years and years and years. Sure. And so I've been kind of like for the past 3 years, I'm like, okay, we're gonna kind of rest the ThanksKilling thing. I haven't been chasing cons anymore because it's just been a lot of like wasted time. But I'm always open to any leads that anyone might have. I'll chase whatever I need to, but I don't really spend a whole lot of energy on trying to get into conventions anymore.
Well, I was just thinking, since you do the music thing, a good thing that might work for you is hooking up with one of these cons to do like one of their after parties and performing. And then during the day, get a table and like sell DVDs and posters. Yeah, or even at the after party, that'd be cool. But we know a couple people.
Yeah, do something like what Ari does. He plays with his band and then does an appearance.
Yeah, Ari Lehman. Yeah.
Wow. Man, he's everywhere. He's everywhere. Everywhere I look, I turn. Oh, Ari is actually over here right now. He's over here with a table selling Jason.
I swear to God, if he popped on in the background in your place right now, we wouldn't even be surprised.
We wouldn't be surprised. Hey, what's up, Ari? How you doing?
Right. Like, he showed up on our show one night randomly.
Yeah.
He randomly came on this show.
I tried. I met him a few times, and I'm like, "Hey, I'd like to interview you. Want to come on?" And he'd say, "Yeah, I want to do it." But he's so scatterbrained and everything. And then the one time he does it, it's just out of the blue. It's like
pops up.
Yeah. Like, oh shit! There's Ari Lehman.
That's
like we're in the middle of doing a show live. Oh, Ari Lehman's in our waiting room. Well, let him the fuck in.
That's hilarious.
It was one of the easiest interviews ever too. He just went the whole time.
Because he cut a 20-minute promo and then bounced out.
All right, I gotta go, guys. But
speaking of guys, I actually do have to bounce. I just wanted to pop in and wish you all.
Oh no, we appreciate that, brother. But
thank you guys for
message
having me
later
on.
about
I would love to do something again here in the near future as well. So stay in touch for sure. Okay.
Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks for coming
Thanks,
on,
bud.
brother.
Heck yeah. You
right.
guys have a great night. Okay.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right. Bye.
All right, brother. All right, so that was Ryan Francis, Darren from ThanksKilling, and I got word. I don't know if I even told you about this yet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this might be news. I mean, it's news. I mean, I don't know if it's news to you, but it may be. A certain friend of ours is in contact with Ari Lehman about playing in Cleveland.
Oh.
Do you know about that? Did I tell you about that?
No.
All right. Yeah.
I can guess who the friend is. I won't say it, but I got a pretty good idea.
Yeah, because it's in the works. I don't want to talk too much about it.
Right.
But I bet you Ryan might be a good guy to open for him. Because he wants to get a couple bands together to do it. And
yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about now, and I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Also,
that's what I was going to bring up to, but I'm going to text him about it later.
He bounced out before my next question, but I had a good one. Since like all the other actors in that movie were like friends of the director from Ohio, is everybody still kind of local? And if so, maybe there could be like a con sometime in November next year and they could all appear together.
I bet you Zach would be interested in booking a couple of them.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the kind of movies that him and Tiki is all about.
Because there's really only the 5 principal characters, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And if they're all local. Well, that's the director. The director was.
Oh, is he the director?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
He did the
voice. Awesome! Yeah.
Director.
Yeah, so that'd be So the two you want the most is the director and Turkey, and they're the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have the 5 principal characters.
Right on.
So
we'll get back into like we're not really doing a full review on this because there's not a whole lot there to really get into, but a couple things though. Well, so what was your what did you do a 3 favorite and 3 least favorite thing? Did you have time?
I had time, but I'll say my favorite thing about it was the humor.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was so fun. What about one thing I like, speaking of the odd humor, is that JonBenet Ramsey joke that they told 3 times in the movie. I think it was so dumb. The fact that they did it multiple times made it dumber, but it made it funny. This is like that's the kind of humor I like. Just fucking really just.
I'm a big
self-aware or stupid.
I'm a big true crime person, as you know. I love that kind of stuff. It was JonBenet case. By the way, the family absolutely did it.
Okay.
That wasn't funny to me, but not because I was offended. I'm just over it.
Well,
but everything else.
Wait, it was more fresh, right? I mean, I don't remember when that happened.
Oh God, 1996 or 7.
Oh, so it wasn't fresh in 08.
No, it was 10 years old by then, but it was still. It's been big news. It's still like major news. If there's any developments on that, it's all over the news. You know. Which there hasn't been any major development on that.
A couple new docs came out in the last, there's one on Netflix and one on Max.
Yeah, and every time it does, it gets millions of views.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's crazy.
One of the most high-profile true crime cases of our lives.
Bill says they did it. He agrees.
Absolutely, they did. Absolutely.
Right on. Yeah,
the ransom note alone.
There's many other options. See, and I got us on the 75-inch over there because I wanted to test, because remember last week when you were here in studio, I couldn't see the comments, but I can see them on that screen. So I wanted to see if that would work. And that way, next time you're in studio, I'll be able to still see comments. I have it on there. I digress. So it counts as an extra view too. Gotta get them numbers where we can.
I like that. It was a missed opportunity because I saw the comments later.
Yeah,
I saw them like when we were talking, but I couldn't really follow.
Yeah.
But somebody, I don't even remember who it was, just like, oh, Ryan made the special trip to make it to Rick's this week. I'd be like, oh no, I was in the neighborhood. Like a flat, sarcastic joke, but it would have been funny, I think.
What's up, Charles? Man, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, brother. And so,
Is he doing the dive tonight?
he is not. He's off
He
tonight.
took it off? Okay.
He's off tonight, but at 8 o'clock, Cinenerds is going to post their live their live debut of their episode, which is Thanksgiving. So we got
the Eli Roth movie. Yeah.
Eli Roth movie. So we have a double dose, if you will.
So this is the opener.
ThanksKilling will definitely come up on their show too. If I
So
know
Ryan, so Ryan did open for Eli Roth after all. Then,
yes.
if you're watching this and then you go over there.
Also, there's 3 Ryans involved with tonight. There's you. There's Ryan Francis, and then we got
Newhouse.
the other Ryan later.
Yep.
Ryan's all over the place.
That's right.
And
Fuck
he says no show tonight, Christine next week. And if you know anything about the dive, that is either his favorite movie of all time or one of. It's way up there for him. Charles loves Christine. I love Christine. You love Christine.
I love Christine, and for me, it's the only score that Carpenter did that gives Halloween a run for its money and might even be better.
There you go.
The score for Christine is one of my favorites ever.
We got lucky. We were able to see it in the theater together. That was awesome.
That was great.
Charles taught me something new a couple weeks ago that something I should have known, but like I've always wanted to buy a Plymouth Fury, and they're few and far between. They're very hard to get. And but like GM has like the different lines, but they're the same car. Of course, Chrysler did the same thing, and there's 3 other models that were used in the movie that are basically the Plymouth Fury, but without the engine and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care about any of that. I want it to look like Christine.
Yeah.
So one day I might be able to get one of these other models. And Charles, if you could comment the other models that were used for Christine in the comment there, that'd be awesome. But if I can get one of those and then paint it with the Christine thing, get the fake badges, the fake Fury badges, the way some people do with the GTO.
Yeah, the Judge.
Yeah, there's that, but a lot of times they're fake. They're actually a Pontiac Tempest.
Yeah, you can get those GTO Judge sticker kits.
Right. And
Yeah.
they take a Tempest and dress it up like a GTO.
Because GTOs are way cooler.
Absolutely. Just like the Plymouth Fury is way cooler than the other 2 or 3 model options that were used in the film. They were actually in the film too, but
so wild you went straight to the Judge, because I was like, when I was a little boy, that was like one of my dream cars.
right. And I know a guy that has one, but it's a clone. It's a Tempest.
Yeah.
And you can't tell the difference. The naked eye cannot tell the difference.
Well, Pontiac and it's the same umbrella.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the different levels, like the Chevy Avalanche and the Cadillac Escalade. They're the exact same truck.
Are they really?
The Escalade has more leather seats, or where they have
bells and whistles, and
bells and whistles. But so I'm going to talk about a couple things from this film. What did you think of the Leatherface turkey? How ridiculous was that? She goes to kill the girl's dad, puts on her face. That's what I need. I need an action figure of the turkey with the guy's face on it, and I would just love life. There's that and Bilal from Basket Case. Those are the 2 figures I really need to have.
It was absolutely preposterous, but I loved it.
Loved every single thing. So, Dad, how's it going? and the conversation he has with the dad at the table.
Oh, drinking the coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Fenton, he says, the turkey is the dad is the best part. Yes. That was my number 1. So since this was Ryan's gimmick, I'm going to screw it up. I'm going to do top 3. And, I don't know if I have a bottom 3, but maybe that was my number 1 for sure. Number 2, of course, was Allie's kill. Allie's kill. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Where he hits her boyfriend in the neck, and his blood squirts on her back, and she thinks he finished, and then the turkey takes over. Nothing better than that. Oh, and here's Charles with that info I was looking for. It's a 57 Plymouth Belvedere, a 58 Plymouth Savoy, and of course the 58 Fury. Only 2 Furies were used, as they are very hard to find even then. See, and a Savoy is the cheapest. And I am going to be on the hunt for one of those because I'd love to get one, make it up like the Christine, and take it to cons. I wouldn't advertise it as a real one, you know, but people would still want to take pictures of it.
Now, with those Plymouth Furies, out of people going out and looking for them, what do you think the percentage is of people looking for those that are inspired by Christine to look for that
All
car?
of them.
All of them. Yeah, exactly.
Not 98% of them.
No,
All of them.
98.
All of them want them because of that movie, and all of them will want to get it, and they want to paint it red, and you know the whole nine. JP Cross in the house. What's up, guys? He's going to be doing Thanksgiving after us on YouTube in about 9 to 10 minutes here. Oh, you got a bubble. That's different. Yeah, so he's going to be doing that, and I'm certain that this is a JP movie that we're talking about tonight.
Yes, it is. Didn't he say it was the greatest opening ever or something?
Oh, yeah. It's the greatest opening in the history of cinema.
It's so bad.
Speaking of that, since JP wasn't here, I'll reiterate. Wanda Lust, the actor in that, was a porn star that has done unspeakable things on film. It says the only movie she regrets making is this one. So when let's see, what else did I have here for notes on this? There's not much. He says it is. He loves ThanksKilling. Of course he does. And he is about to go out on tour for those that are in the Midwest. I think it's mostly in the Midwest, but check a Killer's Confession page and see where they're going to be on tour because they are doing something special where they're doing like a Mushroom Head reunion. And if you're not familiar with A Killer's Confession, Waylon Revis, the singer for A Killer's Confession, also was a singer for Mushroom Head for 10 plus years. And J-Man, Jason Popson, was also a singer for Mushroom Head for 10 plus years.
Yep.
And they're going to be together on this tour. And they even got former guest of the show, Richard Stitch Thomas, coming on to play with them. And they're going to do a whole Mushroom Head set and A Killer's Confession set, and they're fucking great. And if you're in Cleveland, they're going to be playing with JP's co-host Ryan, Brothers at Arms. You want to go to that show?
When is it?
December 22nd. It's a Sunday.
Yeah.
If your intention is to bring somebody with you, you'd want to get those tickets soon because they're almost sold out. I have one for you though.
Okay. Mark me down.
All right, so I have one for you. You're in.
If it's just, are you bringing anyone or is it just us?
My brother is going to be there, and his lady is going to be there.
Okay,
but they're not necessarily coming with me. Let's see. Charles back about the Fury thing. He's like, the Furies are most looked for, though Christine is a product of the revolutionary line. Stephen King made the Plymouth of that era because it was the only one of that generation that was never celebrated. Well, it is now.
Yeah, it is.
It definitely is now. But so we talked about that. Let me see if there's anything I wrote down that we didn't talk about. Sheep look like. Oh yeah, the scene where the guy that's trying to pick up the turkey and ask cash or grass, and he's ready to fuck the turkey. When he blows that guy's head off, did you notice the way the sheep looked at him?
No.
You didn't notice that. The sheep in the background kind of gave a look like, I'm glad that motherfucker got shot because it, like he was kind of looked like a sheep fucker.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like a sheep fucker, and they were like,
bone a turkey on the side of the road, then
you probably were fucking sheep, and these sheep were like, I just wonder if that was intentional, the way they had the sheep looking. But it was, kudos if it was. But yeah, the kills were great. The movie was ridiculous. Did you happen to accidentally keep watching Tubi and watch Turkey 3 after this, or Thanksgiving 3? I have never seen it.
Maybe we save that for next year.
That's it. That's the plan. That's the plan. Next year we'll have ThanksKilling 3. There wasn't a 2, by the way.
No, I know. I like that.
Because they get themselves, man. They understand how stupid that it is.
And it's in space.
So 2 is in space, but 2 didn't happen. So it's a whole joke in the beginning of it. But it does, because I stayed over Chris's house for a couple of minutes and it did start playing. So I caught the first 5 minutes of it. and it was in space. Because why wouldn't it be? Of course it would be in space, and it's magnificent.
So,
Oh, and wait a minute. JP says, I will say ThanksKilling 3 is bad. So this is going to be interesting. But we have 365 days or so to worry about it.
roughly.
And JP, since he's just joining the party, and for anybody else that is, let's see. I go here, and then I go to my overlays, and I go there. CSR Collectibles. We got a sponsor, JP. CSR Collectibles. If you're going to order anything from there, make sure you put enchiladas in the promo code. You will get a discount. We will get something, and life will be great. And yeah, do that. So that's a pretty cool thing. I'm pretty excited.
And I'm pretty sure if you put our promo code in, they will take off the entire cost of what you're going to buy and then add it all back minus $5.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what they'll do. Going with the Jim Cornette promo. Just saying stuff that's totally not true. And yeah. But yeah, no, we're glad to be working with them. I've gotten some fine products. I got some right here, as a matter of fact. We got Officer Bracky. This was from them, and this one's JSA certified. This is from Friday 13, 2009 in that mystery box. The Baller mystery boxes. Did you see any of those?
I did see the one that you opened that had just the double masks. And
that was
not
mine.
a pop. I thought it was going to be a pop, but it wasn't.
Somebody spilled something on this guy, and she is now ruined. She is the girl from Scream. And you can see somebody spilled something on my desk and didn't say anything.
What the fuck?
Dirty bastards. So I'm going to take Officer Bracky and put him up now so he doesn't get ruined.
Yeah.
It's my fault for not putting it away. I don't know what it is, but it has been spilled. But that was a good one, too, because she was in the new Scream movie. She was one of the killers. But nevertheless, oh my God, these baller packages. I'm gonna find it and list it for you. The stuff that they were given.
Yeah,
this was a $500 box, but it was worth it, buddy. It was
500.
When I tell you what was in it, you're gonna be like, man, if I had the money, I would have loved to get one. Baller box spoiler thread. Here's one of them. Oh, this is the evil envelope. Those were cool too. The evil envelopes, spoiler alert, they come with an exclusive 1 out of 50 David Howard Thornton Terrifier poster.
I don't want
and other things. So that, kind of makes it worth it right there because it's like it's the only time that poster's ever going to be made.
I'd sell it.
I know you're not a fan, but if you were a fan.
I'm a huge fan of David Howard Thornton, the man.
Yeah. It's not Terrifier.
No.
But you'd sell it and you'd make up most of your money back for the mystery box.
Yeah, I would too.
So
straight to eBay.
This one, we got a Black Phone signed mask. I can't tell who signed it. I think it was the actor that played him. Remember, wasn't Ethan Hawke?
Yeah.
Wasn't he Black Phone? Okay, yeah. An Evil Dead poster signed by Tom Sullivan. Alien Romulus poster signed by, I cannot make out their name. The Thing poster, I don't know if you could see that.
Mm-hmm.
It is signed by everyone except Kurt Russell.
Carpenter?
And Carpenter.
Yeah.
There's like seven of the main actors in it.
Yeah.
Keith David's on there.
Good.
So it's like 7 times signature signed. Creature of the Black Lagoon, Rico, I can't remember his last name.
Yeah.
Creature. This is all the same box too. This is one box. Creep Show poster signed by Savini and 3 others, and I can't make out their names, but 3 other people from the Creep Show 2 movie. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 signed by Mark Patton and the girl that everybody says is a final girl, but Mark Patton's a final girl.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I liked her though.
She was good. Yeah, she just wasn't the final girl. Mark Patton was. Somebody else from a movie I don't recognize. And yeah, that was it. baller box. Just great stuff. That's worth $500.
That's me.
Not to you, but to hardcore autograph collectors. That black phone mask,
Yeah, that's
$100 by himself, and Ethan Hawke is going to be like 200 probably to sign it. So we're 300 right there.
probably.
The Thing poster with the 5 autographs, that's at least 100. At least.
Those are the 2 things I'd be interested in out of all that. Just those 2.
Right, yeah. So definitely, guys, CSR Collectibles. Follow them on Facebook, all their socials. If you order stuff from them, I have yet to get a mystery box that sucked from them. They've all been awesome.
That last one you opened was a banger.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I had like 3 or 4 Scream autographs, a couple Friday 13th autograph stuff I didn't have, Kane Hodder mask, Scream mask, and I didn't have a Scream mask before, so that was cool. Yeah, because my whole time getting that, it was only supposed to get 1 mask. I got 2 because certain boxes will get extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 2 masks, and when I reached into the box, I'm like hoping I don't. I'm biggest Friday the 13th fan in the world, but I'm hoping I don't feel a hockey mask because I just have so many Friday the 13th autographs that the chance of me getting one I don't have, it's not going to happen. So
that and the masks usually are not good quality masks.
No, they're not. They're not. This one's not either. It's
I could doctor that.
Yeah. Well, the paint's not bad. It's just a step below the. Well, it might even be the masks you use for your 3s, 4s, and 5s, except for it's a Part 8.
I'll take a look at it.
So the Part 8s don't work with that style mask.
No, they don't.
You know what I mean? But the paint's not bad. It's not that. It's just the fact that it's using like a Part 3 mask as a Part 8 mask.
Yeah.
You can see right there. It's the same size mask.
Yeah. Yeah. 8s don't work on there.
Yeah, you need the actual 8 mask.
3, 4, 5.
Charles was interested in a Part 8 mask. So if you ever get one done nice, hit him up and he might be interested in purchasing that.
That one I would get a PETG or ABS.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
it would have
that needs leather straps too.
And more expensive.
Oh, of course. Just like I have it handy here. My 6 with ABS and actual
and again,
leather straps.
On the Part 3 stock that you make for these, like lower cost masks, it just wouldn't work because it's not the right shape and it just doesn't work. If I put the right
fine leather work,
yeah. So, what would you grade this movie? Would you give it an F?
No, it's a D, man, but it's worth watching.
It's a D, and what keeps it from an F is how hard you laughed while watching it. Yes. That's where I'm at too.
It's where they're going for. It's not campy in the way that it's so bad it's good. They're trying to make you laugh. It's clearly from a comedic standpoint,
which is what he said. Ryan said when he was on. He's like, this is definitely a comedy, not a horror.
And I would have asked them this too. I'm sure they had an absolute blast making it. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Because they made it living on ramen and probably the surge you was talking about. Because no budget, and they just shot this for fun and. It came out way better than I could have done with $3,500.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it was well done, well shot. I mean, it did not seem like some of those low budget movies where the sound is off, the colors off. That was there. They made a good movie. I mean, they made a watchable movie is what I want to say.
Yeah. And if I had $3,500 to burn, though, I'd rather give it to like Bobby Heckman, though.
Yeah, and add it to get him to $100,000 so you can make a real movie.
Well, yeah, because he's gotten more with less than just about anyone, or the Hodges.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Or Vince, but he doesn't need it. So
speaking of both of those guys, though, the Hodges and Bobby Heckman, they're both running campaigns on their pages for their next movies, Redhead, Deadhead 2, or Deadhead, Redhead 2, and Bobby's doing the sequel to Victim No More. And check out both of their pages. Contribute. They have some great perks right now, and we need to help them get these films funded and made, and it'd be great content for our show, so we can get them both back on and have something to talk about. And great time for us to watch the movies.
I could talk to Bobby or the Hodges any day about anything. Though.
Absolutely, yeah. They're great. Well, speaking of former guests on the shows that did fan films, was it Anthony Ciamano? Was that the guy's name for Friday 13th Blood Loss? That's actually out now. You
Oh,
can't
it is?
watch it yet. They had a debut screening, and they're going to have a digital debut screening on December 13th, which is right around the corner.
Friday
If you
13th.
want, you're around, you can come over to my house and watch it because I'm going to watch it.
I think I'll do that.
And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the show, let you know how it is. But you can still order Blu-rays from them. And they were really cool with their fundraising. And they did extra stuff for a lot of people. Like if you bought one thing, they usually sent you more. Like I ordered the Beatrice Buckley signed Freddy Krueger figure. And when I got that, I got a Nightmare on Elm Street plush, Freddy Krueger plush, just out of the blue, just because once a week he was putting everybody that donated money into like a contest.
Raffle. Yep.
Yeah. So they were really cool about the way they did that. I don't know how the movie's going to be, but I know they're good people, and I know their perks are really sweet and affordable.
Been about a year since they've been on here.
Yeah. They were one of our early guests.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm really curious about that. I must have missed that. I've been really busy this week though.
Yeah. No, I was one of the people that contributed, so I get emails. That's how I knew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I get emails and tagged and everything. But they had a real good turnout for the I want to say debut, but that's not what you call it. What do you call it when the premiere? You know, the red carpet premiere that they had at some theater, I imagine, close to where they live. But yeah. So I went to another one of those Mystery Monday movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something, man. That was different. I for this one, I'm looking at the rated R movies that are coming out, and there was, I think, 3 heavy possibilities that the mystery movie could be. First being this movie called Queer, which has a really it has James Bond as a star, Daniel Craig. Yeah. And then I had The Order, which is the movie that it ended up being, and the Order, which is the movie that ended up being, which was like crazy, man. It had Jude Law in it, and this movie is, I don't think it's a good movie. It was a decent movie, but the subject matter and today's times, I don't know, man. This might be like one of the scariest movies I've ever seen, and it wasn't even a horror movie, but I'll wait for you to see it to know that. But it was okay. You know, it was a good movie. And so I don't know. I've just been really having a good time with you. So I'm gonna, anytime they have one, I'm gonna go check it out. $5, and you can see a movie that's not even out. This movie don't come out for 2 more weeks. So I recommend that you see it, but when you see it, you're gonna see what I'm talking about and why it's a scary movie.
I already got a kind of an idea.
Right, and it's something. It's just the most weirdest time for this movie. You know what I mean?
I got some kind of strange, like January 6th kind of vibes.
Right on.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what I'm thinking about.
That's all I'll say.
Right. But we've been going for 1 hour and 10 minutes on ThanksKilling, and it's a holiday, so we are going to get out of here. And you people can go enjoy the rest of your holiday. There's probably some football on. I don't know how good it is.
So tonight, Dolphins at Packers tonight. Good one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Starts in about 20 minutes.
Did the Cowboys win or lose? Do you know?
I'm on here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was over before you got on here. I don't know.
No, that game should be ending like now.
Oh, okay. So we'll check that out. Next week, we're going to be joined by Ethan from the Bloody Essentials podcast.
Yeah.
And possibly the guy Travis that was in all of our YouTube feeds when we were reviewing the Halloween movies. And we are going to rank the Halloween films. The week after that, I don't know. I thought I had an idea, but I can't remember what it was. We're going to eventually do some Christmas thing. I think we're going to rank top 5 Christmas horror movies. You and I are going to record a little short commercial for that to put on Tiki's thing for his Christmas special. We'll do a thing talking about our top 3 movies, just like this, real quick. But I think we're going to do a show on it too. But I got nothing else, guys. And thank you, everybody, for coming on. Thanks to Ryan Francis for taking the time and on a holiday especially and joining us. Huge. Check him out. That's his name on his rap name. Huge, because his middle name is Eugene. Check him out on iTunes and anywhere you get music. It's really entertaining stuff. Nerdcore. And I don't know. I got nothing else, man. You got something?
One more turtle, and I'm going to eat it, but I'm not going to do it on camera because there goes the neighborhood.
Right on, brother.